In October 2020, from this desk, in front of this camera, I said, look at how the big tech companies have formed battalions with the mainstream media. You've seen the double standards, the silencing, the shadow banning, the Orwellian finagling of language, the skewing of search results, the censorship, the false narratives, the mass manipulation of reality. You've seen the madness of the mobs, the captains of corporations with their smoke grenades, flanked by Hollywood and SJWs and their woke brigades. I was told that this was a right-wing conspiracy theory. I was just being paranoid. None of that stuff is really happening. Nobody is being censored for their political beliefs. They only get censored for hate speech. The mainstream media isn't part of some big ruse. They just honestly and objectively report the news. Our internet overlords would never contort and control the flow of information. On February 4th, 2021, Time magazine published an article called "The Secret History of the Shadow Campaign That Saved the 2020 Election." Perhaps a more apt title would have been "The Wizard Pulls Back His Own Curtain." It turns out there really was an informal alliance between left-wing activists and business titans. There really was a well-funded cabal of powerful people ranging across industries, working together behind the scenes to influence perceptions, change rules and laws, steer media coverage, and control the flow of information. It was confirmed. There were at least 400 planned demonstrations for the night of the election. And this network of street mobs was ready to be deployed on American cities at the push of a button, in case not enough people pushed the correct button at the ballot box. It was confirmed that George Floyd, BLM, and other social justice organizations were co-opted to push the agenda. It's not that the cabal cared more about the marginalized, as one might hope. It's just that they saw more opportunities in the margins to siphon votes. It was confirmed that the heads of Facebook and Twitter held private dinners where activists convinced them of what they needed to do. Which is why you saw so much censorship and control of what you could share and see, and what you were allowed to believe was true. It was confirmed that racial justice firebrands cut a deal with corporations because burning more businesses is bad for profits. That's why you saw every big company fall in line and repeat the same rhetoric time after time. Everything I've stated here is straight from the article. This is their own attestation. And this is not some so-called right-wing conspiracy publication. In their own words, there was literally a conspiracy, a secret combination. But you might say, they only did this to ensure the election would be free and fair. They were simply saving our democracy. But they failed to hide the hypocrisy. The kingpin admitted that victory to him would not be a free and fair election, but a Biden win. So how safe do you feel about your democracy? How safe do you feel knowing that a well-funded cabal of left-wing activists, business titans, mainstream media moguls, and big technocrats will now be deciding every election? How safe do you feel about your freedom of speech, your freedom of anything? I finally realized that this was never about Trump being a racist or a homophobe or any other ist or phobe. It was about him being a fly in the ointment, a glitch in the matrix, a threat to all those that sit upon thrones. After the Civil War, Abraham Lincoln said that the task before this nation was to have a new birth of freedom under God, a government of the people, by the people, for the people, that shall not perish from the earth. Has anybody seen it? Because all I see is a people governed by the elite, for the elite, under the God of what they say is good for us to believe. Whatever keeps us from seeing the forest for the trees. I will not live on my knees. I will not live by lies. I will speak for freedom. Because to put it bluntly, it's not Trump that I want back. It's my country.